The Civil War had profound and lasting impacts on both the economy and society of the United States, with stark differences between the North and the South. In the South, the war devastated the economy. The destruction was immense, with much of the region's infrastructure, including railroads, factories, and farms, lying in ruins by the war's end. The South had relied heavily on its agricultural economy, particularly on the production of cotton, which was cultivated through slave labor. With the Emancipation Proclamation and the subsequent 13th Amendment, slavery was abolished, leading to the collapse of the labor system that had underpinned the Southern economy. The loss of enslaved labor, coupled with the destruction of crops and farmland during the war, left the South's economy in tatters. Confederate currency became worthless, and many Southern states faced extreme poverty and food shortages. The South struggled to recover for decades, with widespread poverty and economic stagnation marking the post-war era. In contrast, the Northern economy actually benefited from the Civil War. The war spurred industrial growth as the North's factories and industries were called upon to produce vast quantities of weapons, ammunition, and other military supplies. This demand led to a boom in manufacturing and helped establish the North as an industrial powerhouse. Railroads expanded rapidly during this period, further enhancing the North's economic development and enabling the swift movement of troops and supplies. Additionally, the war encouraged technological innovation and the development of new industries. The Northern states also saw an influx of workers, including immigrants who sought opportunities in the growing industrial economy. As a result, the North emerged from the war with a stronger, more diversified economy, setting the stage for its dominance in the national economy during the latter half of the 19th century. The social impact of the Civil War was equally serious and far-reaching. The war resulted in the deaths of an estimated 620,000 soldiers, making it the deadliest conflict in American history. This loss of life left deep scars on the American population, with countless families across both the North and South grieving for lost loved ones. The war also led to significant social upheaval, particularly in the South, where the end of slavery dramatically altered the social structure. The newly freed African Americans faced the enormous challenge of building lives in a society that was still deeply hostile to their freedom. The Reconstruction era that followed the war attempted to address these issues by integrating former slaves into the political and economic life of the nation, but it also sparked violent resistance and the rise of white supremacist groups like the Ku Klux Klan. In the North, the war accelerated social changes, including the growing acceptance of women in roles that had traditionally been reserved for men, as many women took on jobs in factories and farms while men were away fighting. However, the war also exposed deep racial and social tensions that would continue to shape American society long after the fighting ended. The Civil War's legacy of division and the unresolved issues surrounding race and equality would continue to influence American politics and society for generations.